You booked the flights, you picked the flowers, you handled the bills without her asking, and still, she walked away. And why? Because women don't stay for favors, they stay for feelings. You can hand her the moon, gift wrap your devotion, and bend over backwards trying to prove your worth. But if she doesn't feel something real, she'll leave it all behind for a man who brings chaos to her calm, the kind of chaos that makes her feel alive. She's not tied to your good deeds. She's addicted to the emotional current you create. The mystery, the unpredictability, the presence. It's never been about the dinner dates, the texts, or the shiny promises. It's about how you enter a room and shift the energy without saying a word. It's not her schedule you need to manage. It's her attention. It's not her checklist you need to fill. It's her soul you need to speak to. Because when the thrill disappears, she disappears with it. She doesn't stay for what you do. She stays for who you are, especially when you're doing nothing at all. Stoic men understand this. Now, so do you. If anything in this message hits home, support this channel, like and subscribe for more. Here's the brutal truth no one likes to admit. She's not loyal to your effort. She's loyal to the emotion you stir in her. You can give her your time, your money, your attention, even your whole heart, and still lose her. Because most men fall into a quiet, well-intentioned trap. They believe that if they just show up, stay kind, and keep doing the right things, she'll stay. But women aren't built that way. Not beneath the surface. Her loyalty isn't won through logic or lists. It's sparked through feeling. And feelings don't respond to logic. They respond to impact. She won't lie awake at night thinking about the gifts you gave her. She'll replay that one moment. When you looked at her in absolute silence, and something in her chest cracked open. Because in that moment, she felt seen, completely. Yes, it's hard, but it's real. You can be consistent, generous, reliable. You can be everything a man should be, and still lose her if she no longer feels anything. Not because she's heartless, but because her heart stopped moving. And when a woman stops feeling, she starts fading. Women are wired for emotional gravity. They don't fall for logic. They fall for emotional pull, for what shakes them, what stirs their heart in the quiet, what keeps them wondering, what they can't quite figure out. It's not always the kind guy who does that. Sometimes it's the man who doesn't flinch when she walks away, the one who doesn't chase her when she shuts the door, the one who doesn't hand her easy answers when her emotions scream for clarity. Because here's the truth most men ignore. Female loyalty isn't driven by comfort. It's driven by emotion. She might say she wants security. She might believe she wants it. But at her core, she's drawn to feeling. That's why she'll sometimes chase the man who gives her nothing. Why? Because that silence spoke louder than your 1,000 reassurances. Because mystery created more fire than all your efforts to be enough. And this is where Stoicism becomes your anchor. Detach from outcomes. Let go of the belief that your effort should buy you affection. In a logical world, it would. But love isn't logical. Romance is chaos wrapped in emotion. Stop trying to earn her. Start becoming the man who doesn't need to. Be still. Be rooted. Be grounded in presence, not performance. Be the one who radiates strength, even in silence. The one who holds mystery in his eyes without needing to explain it. The one who makes her feel something without lifting a finger. That's when she remembers you. That's when you leave a mark. So ask yourself honestly, are you trying to impress her, or are you moving her? Because one will drain you. The other will make her feel something she can't forget. Here's the paradox you need to understand. Consistency earns her trust, but emotional impact earns her loyalty. Women don't leave the men they can't forget. That's the part most men miss. That's why you'll hear about her walking away from the guy who gave her everything, just to chase the one who barely looked her way. It doesn't make sense at first, until you realize what was really happening inside her. Because somewhere in the mess of that unpredictable man, her emotions were alive. Her pulse was racing. Her mind couldn't stop spinning, and her body moved with it. When a man becomes too predictable, he becomes invisible. Not physically, but emotionally. It's not that being consistent is wrong. It's that being flat is forgettable. Let's go even deeper. When a woman connects with a man, she doesn't remember events in neat, logical lines. She stores everything in emotional moments, in waves. She holds on to the sparks, the tension, the laughter that left her breathless, the silence that made her wonder, the unknown that kept her leaning in. If your whole relationship is built on comfort, routine, and constant validation, she might respect you. She might even care deeply for you. But she won't crave you. She won't obsess. And no, that doesn't mean you should play games. This isn't about tricks. That's for boys. A Stoic man doesn't beg to be loved. He doesn't chase connection. He creates space for it. He draws her in with calm during chaos, with silence during storms. He stays grounded when she tests him. He doesn't flinch when she pulls away, because a Stoic man knows his value, even when she forgets hers. So when she sends that cold, distant text, and you don't react, when she withdraws, and you don't chase, that's not indifference. That's emotional gravity. And she'll feel it, even after she's gone. When she tries to provoke you, and all she gets in return is calm silence, not rage, not pleading, that's emotional control. And that kind of control, it's rare. That's why it makes you unforgettable. This isn't about playing cold. It's not about withholding love or acting detached just to seem strong. It's about being intentional, rooted, unmoved, because a woman's loyalty doesn't belong to the man who's always the nicest. It belongs to the one who stirs something inside her, the one who leaves fingerprints on her emotional world. That's what Stoicism teaches you. To stop reacting and start resonating. To feel deeply, but only show what matters. To her, your silence becomes thunder. Your stillness becomes magnetic. Because when you stop filling all the space, she finally has room. Room to wonder, to feel, to lean in, be less available, more unforgettable, less reactive, more grounded. This isn't manipulation. It's not a game. This is attraction on a visceral level. Now, let's go deeper. The only thing a woman is truly loyal to is how she feels about herself when she's with you. Most men miss this completely. They think, if I treat her like royalty, she'll stay. But the real question isn't how you treat her. It's how she feels in your presence. Does she feel radiant, feminine, mysterious, desired? Or does she feel like a child being coddled by a man who's just trying too hard? Women are emotional beings. But more than that, they are reflective ones. She becomes whatever your presence allows her to be. If she feels bored, she'll blame you. If she feels alive, curious, and powerful, she'll link those feelings to you. And that's when she won't want to walk away. Because it's not about what you do for her. It's about who she becomes when she's around you. Be the man who unlocks the parts of her no one else has ever touched. That's who she stays for. That kind of connection doesn't come from buying her things, showering her with praise, or giving her all your time. It comes from presence, the kind that fills a room without saying a word. From depth, the kind that makes her pause and wonder what's really going on beneath the surface. From command, not over her, but over yourself. And from contrast, being both the fire and the stillness. You have to be the man who listens without losing himself. The man who can walk away even though he wants to stay. The man who desires her but doesn't need her. The man who not only sees her beauty, but sees past it. Men like that don't come around often. And that's exactly why, when a woman meets one, she remembers. And more often than not, she returns. Because her loyalty can't be bought. It has to be awakened, not by doing more, but by being more. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You need to return to the version of you that existed before the world taught you to seek her approval. That's what Stoicism in love looks like. That's the kind of quiet strength that pulls her in deeper than any poem or promise ever could. Now you understand. It was never about the dinners. It was never the roses, the texts, the late-night calls. It was always about the feeling. A woman stays where her emotions are stirred. She stays with the man who doesn't just cater to her, but moves her. Because she's not loyal to the man who gives the most. She's loyal to the man who makes her feel the most. And that kind of power, it has nothing to do with what you do. It has everything to do with who you are. It's not in what you give when you're chasing her. It's in who you become when you stop chasing and start embodying. So pause and ask yourself, are you trying to impress her? Or are you stirring something inside her that no one else has the strength to reach? Don't be the man who does everything right and still becomes a distant memory. Be the man whose presence lingers long after the moment is gone. If this message hit home, drop a heart in the comments. That way I'll know you're not just playing the nice guy role. You're choosing to walk the path of the Stoic man. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and send this to a brother who needs to stop pleading and start becoming.